Hey guys, if you found this video, you're probably wondering, are you allowed to ship knives or other sharp objects through the mail or the post office? And the answer is yes, you can absolutely do that. The only thing you have to make sure that you're doing though is making sure that you're packing the items safely according to the regulations that the post office has put into place. Now I'm going to show you a couple of different knife types today and the best ways to ship them. But before I do, I want to go ahead and read you the exact wordage on the post office website so you know exactly how to make sure you're following their qualifications in mailing these sharp items. According to the direct definitions on the post office website, it says, packing and marking. All sharp-pointed or sharp-edged instruments such as knives, tools, ice picks, razor blades, etc. that are otherwise mailable must be securely packaged in a strong container. An inner and outer packaging is recommended, and sufficient cushioning material must be used to protect the sharp points and edges from cutting through outer packaging during normal post-service handling. And also, it gives a subheading underneath saying that no marking of any kind should indicate the nature of the contents placed inside of the package. Basically, don't let anybody know that you're shipping a knife. So what does all that fancy wording mean? Basically, make sure you're packaging your knives or your sharp items really, really well. You don't want anything to poke through your box or through your package that could possibly injure the postal carrier. If that were to happen, you could face a lot of fines or even criminal prosecution for mailing your package incorrectly. Now, I don't say those things to scare you, but I'm going to go ahead and show you today how we can package our items safely to make sure that nothing ever happens to where they break through the package. I mail and ship sharp objects and knives all the time, and I've never had any issues, and it's really actually quite simple. Now, before I go ahead and model how I package my knives for shipping, I want to preface this by saying make sure you're being extremely careful whenever you're shipping knives yourself. The biggest thing that you want to do is make sure that you don't injure yourself with accidentally cutting yourself or puncturing yourself when you're shipping your knives. Now, out here on my table, I have a couple of different knife types. Obviously, I have your average pocket knife here that when it's opened, it's sharp, but when it's closed, it's pretty much secure and safe. The blade cannot cut, and you're okay to ship this one pretty much just like that. I would make sure that I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this knife up. And the reason why I wrap it up isn't because I'm afraid of it poking or puncturing through the box. It's because I don't want it to jostle or move around when I'm shipping it. So I can just put it in there like that, fold my box up, and it's ready to be shipped. Now the next knife type that I am going to model or show is, a knife that has a sheath already, like this buck knife here. When it's inside the sheath, kind of similar to the pocket knife, it's safe, it's not gonna cut through or poke through, and you can pretty much ship this one exactly how it is. Remember, you can always do the same thing that you did with your pocket knife. You can put it inside the box and pat it real well. That way it doesn't shake around during shipment and possibly come out of the sheath. So you wanna make sure that that one's basically packaged really well like the pocket knife. Now finally, the last knife that I have is really the knife that you wanna focus on packaging the best. If you found this video, chances are you're probably shipping a knife like this one. Now I have here just a standard kitchen knife, but any fixed blade knife like this without a sheath, you really wanna make sure that you package the right way. Because if I were to put this in here without really properly packing it, it could cut through the cardboard and possibly cause injury to the postal carrier or anybody that is trying to deliver it. When I'm shipping these types of knives, basically a knife without a sheath, I follow a two-step process. The first thing I do is I take a piece of paper. It can be newsprint like I have here, or if you don't have newsprint, you can use any type of paper. A newspaper would be fine, or any type of copy paper. Basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the knife and you're gonna place it on the paper and you're gonna fold the paper over numerous times, kind of creating your own sheath around the knife. A couple of folds will be good. If you have a lot of excess paper, you can always rip it or trim it. Now basically what I've done here is I've created a thin sheath layer around the blade, and that's gonna act as the first line of defense. It's gonna keep the knife from poking through my next layer, which I'll show you here in a second. But you're also making sure that you're covering the entire blade and the sharp tip right here. So after I've got the paper on it, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of tape to the knife to make sure that that paper stays intact. All right, now I've gone ahead and I've taped my knife and I've taped the paper onto the knife. and it's not ready to be put into the next layer of protection. From here, I'm going to take a piece of cardboard, and I've already pre-cut this one, but you kind of want to cut your cardboard to size because this is going to act as an actual sheath for the knife. If I place my knife on the cardboard, here I want to make sure that I'm covering not only the handle of the knife, but also the blade of the knife, because I don't want to risk this cardboard slipping off when I'm mailing the package. So what I'll go ahead and do is I'll go ahead and lay it down on the cardboard, and then I'm going to gently fold or roll the knife all the way down until I've got a nice hard cardboard sheath. If you have too much cardboard, if you have excess, you can always take a pair of scissors and trim off the extra part. And now that I've got my cardboard sheath constructed, I'm going to go ahead and again take tape and really wrap it around the cardboard to make sure that this sheath will not come off in any way. So I put tape on the outside. I'm also going to wrap tape from end to end to make sure the knife can't slide out. All right, now I've got my knife all wrapped up in the cardboard sheath, and no matter how hard I jostle this knife or hit it, it won't come out. Also, it's not going to cut me, and this knife is safe and ready to ship. All that I have to do now is I can take the cardboard sheath that I made with the knife inside and place it into my box. And then, like the other two knives that I showed you how to ship earlier, I'm going to take packing paper and I'm going to pad the box to make sure that it doesn't shake around very much. After that, I'll go ahead and close my box up. I can fill out my label or my address. And remember, do not put any markings on the box that say that you have a knife inside the box. Now, the only knife type that I didn't model or show you how to wrap and ship today was a switchblade or a spring-loaded type knife. And the reason why I didn't model that is because you're allowed to ship them, but only to certain types of people. And basically, the people that you can mail them to are people that can legally own them, such as government agencies, government employees that are allowed to own and handle switchblade knives, as well as people that own or sell knives dealers. If you're going to ship that type of knife, once again, make sure you're really wrapping it up, and definitely do not put any type of notification or marking on the box saying that you're shipping a switchblade knife. Okay, so if you follow all of the steps that I outlined in the videos today, you probably won't have any issues mailing and shipping knives. Remember, pack your items really, really well. That way they don't poke through or damage the box that they're being shipped in. And most importantly, so they don't get damaged inside the box. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments about how to mail and ship knives, feel free to drop me a comment down below, and I promise I'll get back to you. For other content like this, please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, happy shipping. Bye.